Hi dear students, we have discussed about the introduction of articles in the previous part, and today we are going to discuss about some more proper uses of articles and where we should avoid the use of articles. Let's try to understand, and it will help you to form the proper sentences with the grammatical sense. And here the rules with the examples. Some more rules using indefinite articles. So first we'll try to discuss about the indefinite articles, that is a or an, and their examples and how we can try to use in some other cases. Look at some other usages. First one, these articles are used in the general sense and not the specific ones. Whenever we want to refer some general sense, some common categories, the first time mentioned words or the nouns, we can use indefinite articles. For example, a friend of yours called on you. Here the word a friend represents that you are not mentioning a particular person or a particular friend, but some of your friend has called. So here a friend represents general sense, not a specific friend. Second rule, in the sense of each and one, when you want to refer something as a one unit or when you want to refer something as each, in that case we can use a, so there is no need to use the word each or one, because a also can be used as a representation of each and one. Try to understand with the help of example. I read at least one book a month. Now here a month means each month or in 1 month. So one and each can be represented by using indefinite article a. I ate an orange after lunch. Here an orange represents that I have eaten one orange. So one and an orange represents the same idea. Next ones. The same indefinite articles can be used to refer the certain numerical expressions, just like in the maths, then speed, then price, then ratio, and also occupations of the people. Example here, $1 million. $1 million, it's a numerical expressions. A teacher, a lawyer, a civil engineer, these are called as occupations. The bus fare is rupees 20 a person. Here it represents the price action. For per person we have 20 rupees. So here a person represents one person. So these are some of the basic rules or some common rules which can be used when using the articles in the context. Look at some more. In explanation before singular countable nouns, when we are using the exclamatory sentences, in the exclamatory sentences too we can use indefinite articles, and these are used too with the singular countable nouns. For example, what a lovely dress. Here if you take a look at it, dress is a singular countable noun. Before that we used the adjective lovely, and here the indefinite article a to put an explanation for the exclamatory sentences. What a lovely dress. Some other usage for a class of things in general sense. Class of things means a group or a larger number of the particular things, just like animals, just like the things, okay, and that we are going to use in a general sense. For example, an elephant is a useful animal. An elephant is a useful animal. Here we can just check, an elephant represents the whole elephants, and they are used as the general sense. They are used in a general sense. That's why an elephant is a useful animal. The titles of names of unknown persons. Some names or some persons which are unknown to us, and we are using some titles before them, just like Mr. Gupta, Mr. John, Mr. Patil. With that, we can use the word articles. Example, a Mr. Gupta wishes to speak to us. Now here, Mr. Gupta represents to an unknown person, so we have to use articles. These are some of the more usages of articles in the context we can use, and we should be little bit careful enough to use these articles to make our sentences with a proper meaning for the better understanding. Now, as we just got an idea about altogether where we can use the articles, but it is not necessary that we should use all the articles everywhere, wherever required and wherever not required too. So some cases are there where we should avoid using indefinite articles. I do repeat, still we are discussing about indefinite article, that is AR and. Some more usages we learned, and now where we should not use or where we should avoid using these articles. Okay, let's try here. We have to avoid the indefinite articles first with the uncountable nouns, the names of meals. Never ever try to use that indefinite articles with the uncountable nouns. They have to be always used with the singular countable nouns. Example check. My new chair is made up of wood. Now here wood represents to the uncountable noun. As it is uncountable, we never try to use an or a before wood. With some other uncountable nouns also, we never try to use a or and, just like water, sugar, paper. These are some of the uncountable nouns. They never take indefinite articles. And the names of meals also, we are not going to use the articles. For example, we had breakfast at 7 o'clock. Here breakfast is a meal, name of a meal, just like dinner, lunch, breakfast and supper. So with these words, never try to use articles. We should not use we had a breakfast. It's a wrong sense. So here we should not use indefinite articles. Next, indefinite articles don't have plural forms. Means according to plural forms, we are not going to use any other indefinite article. Means a or an cannot be used in a plural form. They can be always used in a singular form. But in some cases, we can use the word some or any to state or to give the meaning as a plural form. Means a or an can be used in the form of plural way, but we have to use the word some or any. Example check. I saw a cow in the field. Here a cow represents a single cow, but when you look at this word, second example, I saw some horses in the field. Now here some horses represent that. These are in the plural form. But instead of using a or an, we have used some or any. So this is what some modifications you need to do when we are referring the plural forms of the nouns. And the last usage is where we should not use the articles, that is, for singleness of uncountable nouns, use phrases a piece of, a pound of, a bottle of. There are so many uncountable nouns, and as we have already discussed that, we cannot use the indefinite articles before the uncountable nouns. But suppose if you want to put them as a single idea, so with that single idea we can use these phrases just like a piece of, a pound of, a bottle of, and then we can try to make use of indefinite articles there. Just try better with the help of this given example. Would you like some coffee? That is some coffee. The coffee is uncountable, and here it is not generalized. Here it is in plural form, so we have to use some or any. But answer check, yes, I would like a cup of coffee. Now here when we refer a cup of coffee means what? We are trying to represent the singleness of the coffee. Now here we are referring to the cup of coffee, not the coffee itself. So try to understand here. That's why we have to use an article, that is a or an. So here more focus is on the cup, not on the coffee. So it is a singleness of uncountable noun. And this is how we can try to use some indefinite articles and where we should not use indefinite articles. Quickly take a look at the use of a before the little and few. Try to understand the difference between the little, a little, and the little first. Then we can use the articles before the word little and few. Let's check it out. First, little has a negative meaning, just hardly any. When you use the word little, this means a totally negative, means it is not at all. 0% approximately, and it is in sense meaning is hardly any, nothing at all. It is totally finished or completed, nothing else. Little did they know of the danger. Here the word little represents that they did not know of the danger at all. So here it is totally negative meaning. When there is a totally negative meaning, we can just say that there is hardly any. Here with the help of diagram we can try to understand. It's very little sense, not at all there. Not at all, very few drops of water are there. Suppose this is a jar of water. It's hardly any water. Hardly means very less, nonetheless or not at all. That time we can use the word little like this. Second example, a little. Here a little means what? A small amount. That can be little bit more than actually what is little. Example, a little water was available after drought. Here a little means what? Small amount of water was available. In the case of this one, we can try to understand a little is a more than or a small amount. And the little means a small amount of but a whole of it. This means what? This also represents a small amount but whole of it. Whole of means whatever remains, it is that much only. For example, the little water available after the drought was given to only to children. Suppose the capacity of the jar is this much, and now at present the water into the jar is this much. Now it is a very small quantity, small amount, but at present only this much is available, the whole of it. So we can say that it is the little amount. Only small amount but whole of it, that much only it is available, but actually the capacity is more, but at present only this much is available. This is the whole of it, that much only is available. In that case we can use the little. And with the few also same. Few means hardly any, a few means small amount, and the few means small amount with the whole of it. And this is how we can try to make use of a little and a few in the sentence. Hope you understood the use of this little and a few. So accordingly we can try to discuss about the definite article the, its usages and where we should avoid it. Some more exercise given for the practice. Try to complete it and try to solve the exercise given in the lesson 2.